I want to teach you how to make your first 1 million naira online by creating and selling simple digital products. And to show you proof that this is actually possible, let's take a look at my sales report on Seller. Over here, you can see that from the number of sales, I've made over 9.5 million naira, and you can see that we have sales in other currencies as well. And I was able to achieve all these numbers by selling simple low ticket products. These are products that are easy to create and easy to sell. So if we come over to my seller store, over here you can see that I have just 4 simple online courses, and these courses have been able to generate millions of naira for me. So my goal right now is to show you how I was able to do this, the process I follow to create the products, to market them and get sales, and the steps you can follow to achieve this kind of result for yourself as well. This business model is actually very simple. You basically put your knowledge, what you already know, into a digital product, maybe like an ebook or an online course, and then you sell it to people who want to learn what you know. Let's say, for instance, maybe you're a graphic designer. You agree with me that there are a lot of people out there who would love to learn graphic design. Now, you might not be like an expert, but at least you know enough that can take somebody from level 0 to level 1, level 2, or level 3. So you can create an online course to help them get started. And it's a win-win for everybody. They learn a new skill, and you make money for sharing your knowledge. And this applies to any skill. Maybe you're a copywriter, a social media manager, a video editor, a web developer, whatever it is. You can make money by teaching people what you know. And let me show you practical examples. Over here on my seller store, you can see that I have a mobile videography course where I teach people how to create and edit videos with your phone. This is me turning my knowledge in making videos into a course that will help a lot of people and also make me a lot of money. And then I have this Facebook and Instagram course because I know how to run Facebook ads that get results. I created a course to teach people how to do that. So you can also create courses and ebooks from your experiences and areas that you have results in. Let's say you know how to get customers on Instagram. There are a lot of businesses that are struggling to get sales on Instagram. You can create a course or maybe write an ebook on the marketing strategies that have worked for you. And let's say maybe if you're a successful freelancer who has made a lot of money, there are a lot of freelancers out there that are struggling to get jobs. You could create a course to show them how they can start landing jobs as freelancers, and with that you help them solve a major problem, and you also create an extra stream of income for yourself. Also here I have the YouTube growth course. This is me converting my experience on YouTube into a course that people can learn from, people who want to start their YouTube channel or people who are struggling to grow on YouTube. This course will help them learn the strategies that helped me on my YouTube journey. And then finally, I have this WordPress course to teach people web development. So the skills that you have, your knowledge, your experiences, areas that you have results in, these are all stuff that you can turn into digital products and sell, help people, and also make money for yourself. The best part is you only need to create the product once, and it can keep making you money continuously. For instance, I created my video editing course, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and it is still making me money till now. So it requires just one-time effort to set it up, and it can keep working for you continuously. There are 3 main steps that I follow for every product. The first step, of course, is to create the product, and then the second step is to set up a landing page or a sales funnel for that product. This will help me convert the traffic and leads that I'll generate in the third step, which is marketing, basically getting people to know about what you have to offer. And like I've mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know, starting from how to create the product, how to set up a sales funnel, and how to use Facebook ads to market and get sales. So now that you know how everything is going to play out, it's time to go ahead and set up our product. For this video, I'm going to be working with an ebook, but you can create an online course if that's what you want. The major difference is that with an online course, you have video lessons. So you basically record the lessons you want to share and package it into a single course. But an ebook is easier to create. You just need to write down the information you would like to share. If you are looking for something that is very easy to create, then an ebook is a very good option. This is something that you can fully set up in less than 24 hours. But if you want to create something more detailed and more robust, you might want to go with an online course. And then depending on the information that you intend to share in your product, if you want to teach people how to edit videos, for instance, then a video course will be more ideal than an ebook, because that's something that people need to see how you do it to be able to follow along and learn very effectively. So you basically want to choose the format that works best for you. In this video, I'm going to show you the process involved in creating an ebook, and if you want me to create another video on how to set up an online course, just let me know in the comment section. But the process is actually still simple. Just record your videos and that's all. Then aside from picking the format for your product, another thing you need to be very clear on is who your target market is. That's who are the people that could possibly benefit from what your product has to offer, and what is the problem you are trying to solve for them. For instance, let's say you are creating a content creation course. Your target market could be small business owners who need to create better content in order to get more visibility and more customers online. Or maybe your target market are YouTube creators who want to start making better videos in order to grow their YouTube channel. So defining this will decide the content you are going to share in your course, and it will also decide how you frame your marketing when it's time to sell, and who you even target with your marketing at the end of the day. So this step is very, very important. And another thing I want you to take note of is the bigger the target market, the more money you could possibly make from your product. So if you have a product that more people could buy, more people could benefit from, that product will likely get more sales and make you more money than if you have a product that just a few people can understand, just a few people can make meaning of. That means the people that can buy that product are very limited, and unless you are charging a very high price for each sale, you are not going to make a lot of money from that market. So coming over here, I have opened a new document, and this is the title of my ebook, The Business of Advertising: 6 Ways to Make More Money Online Running Simple Facebook Ads. And my target market for this book are social media marketers who are not making enough money from their skills. And then the problem this book is going to help them solve is to show them how to make more money from the skills they already have. So the advantage of this book is that they don't need to learn any new skills. They already know how to run ads on Facebook. This book is going to show them 6 extra ways to make money from that skill. So once you have all of this clearly defined, the next step is to start writing your book. So what I'm going to do is to open a new blank document, and what you want to do is to basically type out the information you want to share. You don't need to do anything fancy. Just document the knowledge you like to pass across in a way that people can read and understand. Ebooks are very simple. They are not like traditional books where you have to do a lot of stuff here and there before you actually go to the main content. So over here, I'll just go ahead and write out the content for this book. All right, so now I have the content of my book, and you can see it is very simple. Just a brief introduction, and then start giving the different methods I intend to share. You're not trying to create something groundbreaking. You just want to share simple information that people can easily read and start implementing. And then another thing I'm going to do here is to create kind of like a first page with the title. So just do it this way, and then make this bold and big. All right, I think this will work. And then probably just italicize the subtitle, make it a little bit bigger, and then maybe also bring in my name as the author of the book, and just kind of push this downward a little bit. As simple as this, you have your ebook ready to go. Now you could go a step further and add page numbers. So if you come over to insert, that's if you are using Google Docs, you can use any Word app you want, maybe Microsoft Word or whichever one. But if you are using Google Docs, just come over to insert and then you are going to see page numbers down here. Then I'll select this option. All right, so we have our page numbers, and there's no page number on the first page, which is what I want. And then you can also add like a watermark on the book. So you can come over to insert again, then go to watermark. And for the watermark, I'm going to use text. Then I'm going to use my name. And then you can customize the watermark by selecting the font size, and all of this other stuff. But right now, I'll just go ahead and click done. And you can see the watermark that I have right here. This is not compulsory, but it's just something that I like to do whenever I create ebooks. And now that we have everything in place, the next step is to download this. So I'm going to change the title to the name of the book itself, and then come over to File, click on Download, and make sure to select PDF because you want your ebook to be in PDF format. The next step is to design a cover for your book, and we can easily do that using Canva. So I'll just go ahead and open Canva. Here, just use the search box and search for ebook cover. And what you want to do is to find a book cover template that you can customize for your own book. So over here, you are going to see a lot of templates. Just look for the one you like. For instance, I'm going to pick this and then click customize this template. And you can even see that the title of this template is very similar to the title of my book. So what I'm going to do is to change some part of the title. So here we'll have the business of advertising, and then just copy the subtitle and place it right here. Then select all of these, just reduce the size a little bit. You can be as creative as you want when designing your cover, but I just want to keep things really simple. Then here, just enter my name and also reduce the font size a little bit. I think this will do. And then I'll come over to elements. Since my book is about how to make money, I want to look for something that will match that. So here I'll just search for money. Then under graphics, we're going to see a lot of icons. So maybe I'll just pick this. We can take the old one out and just resize this to make it bigger. I think this will do. And as simple as that, I have a nice cover that I can use for my book. So the next step is to go ahead and save. So I'll change the title to the title of my book. Let me copy from here and then just put it right here. All right. Then we can go ahead and click on share, then download. And for this, we'll also download in PDF format. So I'll select PDF standard and then go ahead and click download. Right now, you'll notice that we have the cover and the content of this book as two separate files. And that's because we made the content on Google Docs and then the cover on Canva. But you don't want them as two separate files like this. That's not how you have books normally. So the cover and the main content should be merged as one file. So to merge them, we are going to use this website called ilovepdf.com. And this is a completely free website that you can use to do all sorts of stuff with PDF files. So over here, you can see the merge PDF option. Click on it and then select the files you want to merge. So this is the cover and the content of my book. And if you need to, you can rearrange the PDFs that you have here. But this is in the right order. Then you can just go ahead and click on Merge PDF. The link to this website, ilovepdf.com, will be in the description below. And you can also find the links to all the resources I'm using for this process down in the description. So right now, I have my complete book right here, and you can see that everything basically looks good. Then I'm going to rename the complete file. Okay, before that, let me change the name for this. Then I can go ahead and use the title of the book as the file name. Now that we have this ebook fully ready, the next step is to host it online where people can buy and get access to it. And I usually use Seller for this. You can use Seller to host your ebooks for free. And maybe you already know about Seller. And that's why I always like to use them, because it is very popular in Nigeria. So very likely your customers already know how to use it, how to work with it, how to make payments, and all of those kind of stuff. So that's the platform we are going to use in this video. But if you feel like using any other platform of your choice, that's up to you. You can even create your own custom website where you can host your ebook. But Seller just makes it a lot more easier. Just upload your ebook and start selling. No need to worry about all the work involved in setting up your own platform. So just come over to seller.co. This link will also be under this video. And over here, just go ahead and click on start selling. And if you already have a seller account, just go ahead and log into your account. Even if you just used that account previously to buy a course, you can use that same account to host your own products. But for a brand new account, just go ahead and complete the sign up form, or you can sign up with your Google account, Twitter account, or Facebook account. So I'm going to sign up with Google. After signing up, make sure you are on the creator profile. If you are on affiliate profile or customer profile, just click here and then select creator profile. And then for a brand new account, you will need to enter your bank details. Whenever you make sales, this is where your payout will be sent to. The money you make will be sent to the bank account that you enter right here. So I'm going to click on add bank details to set that up, select the country, the bank, and enter the account number. With that in place, you are ready to upload your first product. So just click on add product. And if you cannot see this call to action on your dashboard, you can click on this menu icon, then product, then click on add product. Whichever one, the process is still the same. Once you click on add product, here select digital product. This will allow you to sell your ebook. Although if you are setting up an online course that will be hosted on Seller, the option you want to go for is the course, this course hosted on Seller option. But with a free account, you can sell your ebook, without any issues. So for ebook, just select digital product, click on next. And this is where you can get to add the details of your product. So first we have the images. Let me show you. We've come over to my store. You can see that each product has a display image. So this is where you can get to add that. And we can create something very simple on Canva. So here I'll just resize the cover of my ebook. So I'm going to click on resize at the top here and then use custom size. I'll use 1080 by 1080 pixels. Then go ahead and click on copy and resize. So we can open this, but let's say you are using the free version of Canva. This resize feature is not available on the free version. So what you can do is to come over and create a new design. So click on create a design and then select custom size, enter the width. If you look here on Seller, you can see that the minimum is 300 by 300 pixels. But I usually use 1080 by 1080. That will give you good quality and you'll be able to use it on other platforms as well. Let's say if you want to run ads, you can use this design for that. So I'm going to click on create new design. Then you can come over to your book cover and just copy everything and paste. Also copy the background as well and paste it here. So from here, you can easily adjust the size, but using the resize feature makes it way more convenient. So here, I'm going to just make some changes, drag this to the side, and then maybe bring in a picture of myself. So come over to upload my picture, then drag it into the design. I'm going to flip this and we can have something like this. Maybe bring in the name. Then I think we can make some adjustments here as well. Change the text alignment so that we'll have everything aligned to the left. And then we can just put everything together. I think we should be able to work with this. It's something very simple, but it is going to work. Now you can just go ahead and download your design. Then come back to the product we are uploading on Seller, drag in the image, and for the product name, I'll just copy the title of the ebook as the product name, paste it right here. And then for the sale price, this is where you get to enter how much you want to be selling your book. So let's say the price for this is maybe 5,000 naira or whichever price you want to use. Then you can show a striked out price. Let's say I'm going to put 20,000 naira as the striked out price. So maybe the original price of your product is 20,000 naira, and then you are selling it at a discounted price of 5,000 naira. This is the setup you can use for that. And then right here, you can enter your product description or your sales copy. So customers will be able to read through what you have here when buying your product. And you can really do a lot of fancy stuff with this. You can add images, videos, even write your own custom code. But what I usually do here is to enter my sales copy just so that customers can see the benefits they will get from this product. So I'm going to enter the copy for this ebook, and then you can scroll down and select the category for your product. So here I'm going to select maybe business, and then subcategory I'll select maybe I'll change the category to marketing, and then subcategory I'll select Facebook advertising because that's the category that best describes the product that I have. And then we can scroll down here where you have more details. Product type is digital product. If the product is on pre-order, you can check this, but my ebook could be available for sale immediately. Then here where you have give buyer access to a file, I'm going to select downloadable file because I want customers to be able to download the ebook after buying. But you can also use the read online only. That's if you don't want your customers to be able to download the file. But I'm going to use downloadable, then upload the ebook file. So this is the complete ebook. Click on open. And once you have all of this in place, you can just go ahead and click on create product. And with that, our product is live. I can just click on this link to see what it looks like. So this will have, and customers can just come over here, click on buy now, then go to checkout and proceed to complete the payment. So this is how you can set up your own simple digital product on Seller. And now that you have this in place, the next step is to start marketing your book and start getting sales. Let me show you some things you can do here on your Seller store. For this product that we've created, this is the default URL for your product. So wherever you are getting traffic from, or you want to direct people to come over and buy your ebook, this is the link you are going to use for that. But then you can also scroll down, and now you have this customize URL option. You can use this to customize the link. So let's say I want to use the name of the ebook as part of the URL. Here I'll just type in business of advertising, and then click here to save. Now I can just go ahead and click update product. So you can see that the link has been updated. So I can just copy this and save it somewhere. Anytime I need to promote my book, this is the link I'm going to use for that. Very important. And then also, if you come over here, click on the menu icon. On the menu here, you're going to see a lot of options. Your sales, your product, you can see all your products under all products. And then if you come over to settings, here you see general store settings, profile settings, email preferences, store currencies. You can get to customize all of those stuff. You can add a store logo, and there are a lot more settings that you can work with: store design, legal pages, payout settings. At your convenient time, you can come over here and customize all of those settings. Right now, I'm going to teach you exactly how to set up a well-optimized sales funnel to help you sell your products. Before we jump in and start putting everything together, it is very important that you even understand how a sales funnel works and why you need one if you want to be successful at selling. A sales funnel is simply the series of steps customers will follow to go from discovering your product to the point where they eventually buy from you. You can see it as a system that converts total strangers who have never heard about you or your product and turn them into paying customers. There are different types of funnels with different structures. Some are really simple with just a few steps, while others are more complex with several steps. The system you decide to use will depend on your product, your target audience, and your overall marketing strategy. But at the end of the day, a sales funnel has three primary goals. The first is to create awareness, to get people to know about what you have to offer. Then the second is to build desire. That's to get people to want to have your product, to get them to want to buy your product. And then the third goal is to generate conversions. This is where they actually bring out their money to buy your product. Since I'm just trying to sell a low ticket ebook, we are going to be working with a simple 3-step funnel where we'll use social media to create awareness and get traffic, then a landing page to build desire and get leads, and then a payment page to get sales. You will also need a way to follow up and convert abandoned transactions. It is very important that you understand this part because this is basically what will decide whether your marketing will work or not. Sometimes people just create products and expect to get sales without setting this up properly. So if you want to get good results, then this is something you need to pay attention to. And like I've already mentioned, we are going to have a 3-step funnel. The first step is social media. Our ads will be running on Facebook and Instagram, and we are going to try to use those ads to get people's attention, basically to let them know that we have a product that could benefit them. And the good thing with Facebook ad is you can target people based on specific interests. Let's say in my own case where I have an ebook for social media marketers, people who run ads on Facebook, I can set up my ad in a way that Facebook would deliver it to my target audience. And once we are able to get their attention and they pick interest in what we have to offer, they can basically click on the ad and that will bring them over to the landing page. And the goal of the landing page is to make them want to have your product. This is where they'll get to see all the details and the benefits they'll get from your product or the results your product will help them achieve. And once you're able to create enough desire in them to want to get it, they'll proceed to the payment page where they can go ahead to complete their payment, get access to the product, and you make your money. But a lot of things could actually go wrong on the payment page. So most of the people that will pass through step 1, step 2, and come over to step 3, which is the payment page, will not be able to successfully complete their payment on the first try. And that's because some people might need more time before they can make up their mind to take action, or some might need more information about your product before they can decide if they should go ahead and buy or not. While some might actually be trying to pay, but maybe they're having issues with their card or whichever payment method they are trying to use. That is why we need this follow-up and retargeting section. So all the failed transactions from the payment page, we are going to get their contact details, which we can use to reach out to them and follow up. So those who are having issues making payment, you find a way to help them with that. While those who need more information before they take action, you basically provide the information they need, try to answer their questions and all of that. And for those set of people who need more time before they finally take action, at least now you are in touch with them, and anytime they are ready to buy, they basically know where to find you. And then we are also going to use Facebook retargeting ads to make this process more effective. Usually you have less and less people moving from one step to another. So let's say if you get 100 people from Facebook ads to your landing page, maybe only around 50% of that, maybe 50 people will get to the payment page, and then on the payment page, maybe around just 10 people will complete their payment. That means you still have the other 90% of people out there who have shown interest in your product but have not taken action. So we are going to use retargeting ads to target people who go to the landing page, and then we'll use a separate retargeting ad to target people who go to the payment page but could not complete their payment. This will make your ads way more effective and help you get more returns from your investment on ads. Another reason why retargeting ads are so important is because most times people will need to see your ads over and over and over and over again before they will make up their mind to just go ahead and buy. So I'll show you all these Facebook ad strategies, but right now we'll just go ahead and set up the second part of our funnel, which is the landing page. And for your landing page, you can actually use any page builder you want. There are a lot of page builders out there, and I've actually made videos about some of them on this channel. But when it comes to getting the best results, my number one choice when it comes to creating good landing pages is WordPress. I picked WordPress for two main reasons. The first is that WordPress gives you full control both in terms of design and functionality. So there's really no limit in terms of what you can do on your page using WordPress. You can make it look however you want, and there are countless sales and marketing plugins on WordPress that you can use to optimize your page to get more conversions. And then the second reason is because when it's time to start running Facebook ads to the page, with WordPress, we will get more accurate tracking, which is very important if you want to get good results from your ads. So we'll be able to accurately track different events on the page, and then we can use all of those data when retargeting and optimizing our campaign. And to set up WordPress, you are going to need a WordPress hosting and a domain name. For the hosting, we are going to use Cloudways, which is the hosting platform I always use for my websites. And the best part is you can start using Cloudways right now for free. If you check the description of this video, you are going to see my Cloudways link, and you can use that link to get a 3 days free trial, which you can use to get started and see what you can do with it. This is a good way for you to launch your business without any upfront commitment. So click on the first link below this video, and that'll bring you over here. And then you can just go ahead and click on Start Free Trial. Here, you can proceed to sign up by entering your name, email, set a password for yourself. And where you have, how would you best describe yourself? You can just select other businesses, and then an estimate of your monthly hosting spend. You can select something like $0 to $50 per month. And then this space where you have got a promo code, I'm going to leave my Cloudways promo code below this video as well. And that code will give you 20% discount for your first 3 months. So you can just enter the promo code and then check terms of service, then go ahead and click on start for free. And once you are done signing up, you can just proceed and log into your Cloudways account. Right now, I'm in my Cloudways dashboard, and to set up WordPress, you can come over to the side menu here, then click on add application. If you are using a brand new Cloudways account, you need to set up a new server. So I'm going to select add server and then click on add application. Then for the application type, just select WordPress. You can give your application a name. Let's say I'm going to use landing page as the application name. And then for the server name, I'm going to use landing page server. And then here where you have select your project, I'm going to use this website project that I created before. But you can also create new projects by coming over to the side menu again and then go to my project. And then right here, you can also select the cloud hosting server you want to use for your website. We are going to use DigitalOcean for this. And then for the server size, we are going to start with the most basic, which is 1 gig. Don't worry, if your website gets bigger and you start getting a lot of traffic, you can always scale it up to meet that demand. But for now, let's start with 1 gig. And then you can select your server location. I'll just use New York. And once you have all of these in place, just go ahead and click on Launch Now. Cloudways is going to take a few minutes to set up the server and help you launch a brand new WordPress website. My server is ready. You can see that I'll have landing page server right here. And if you come over to applications, you are going to see your brand new website right here. I can just go ahead and click on it. And this is where you'll find all the access details of your website. This is the URL, which is more like a temporary link that you can use to access your website. I'm going to show you how to get a custom domain name, but we can use this while we are still trying to put the website together. Then you can also see the admin panel URL. This is the link we are going to use to log into our WordPress admin dashboard, which is basically where we'll do all the work we need to do on our website from. Then you can also see the admin username and password. So I'll just copy the username and then come over to the login page and paste it right here. Repeat the same process for the password, copy the password, and then paste in the password field. Now I can go ahead and click on login to open my WordPress admin dashboard. So now you have a brand new WordPress website. And at this point, you are ready to start putting your landing page together. So coming over here, the first thing you want to do is to come over to Appearance, click on Add New Theme. Here, just look for Astra and then install it. This is a very nice WordPress theme that will allow us to create the kind of landing page we want. So after installing, you can proceed to activate it immediately. At this point, if we take a look at our website, let me refresh, you are going to see that we have a new look. Right now, this is nothing serious, but it is actually a good place to start from. So go back to your WordPress dashboard. Let's go to Post. Here, delete this default post that came with WordPress. That's the post that you can see right here, but we don't really need it. So I'm going to move to Trash. And then come over to plugins. Here you are going to see some pre-installed plugins, but we don't really need some of them. I'm going to remove this and this, but we are going to need Breeze and Object Cache Pro. These are plugins that came with your Cloudways hosting, and they'll basically help boost the performance of your website. But we can remove this and also remove this as well. Now we are going to install 3 new plugins that will help us create a good landing page. The first plugin we are going to install is Elementor. Elementor is a powerful and easy to use page builder that we are going to use to design our page. So over here, just click on Add New Plugin, use this search box and search for Elementor. And you can see it right here. I'll just go ahead and install. There are some Elementor features that we might need for this process that are not available on the free plan. That's why we'll need to get an Elementor add-on. These are plugins that give you more features that are not available on the free version of Elementor. So over here, you are going to see that there are actually a lot of them, and most of them basically do the same thing. But the one I'm going to install right now is called Elements Kit. This is it. Elements Kit Elementor add-ons with over 1 million active installations. You can just go ahead and install it. One key factor when it comes to people buying online is the urgency to your offer. If people feel like they can take action anytime without any consequences, they might never take action. So buyers respond better if there is some sort of urgency, let's say like a deadline. That means if they don't buy this product now, by tomorrow, the offer is gone. That is why I am going to use a countdown timer to add some kind of urgency to my call to action. And the plugin that will help us do that, there are a lot of plugins that I can use for that actually, but just search for this plugin called Hurry Timer. This is it over here. We can use it to add a nice countdown timer to the call to action on our page to help us get more conversions. So I'll just go ahead and install this. Now come over to installed plugins. These are the three plugins we just installed: Elementor, Element Script Lite, and Hurry Timer. So select the three of them, click on bulk actions, select activate, and then click apply. So now we have the three main plugins that we need. That means it's time to actually start creating the page. So what you want to do is to come over to pages. Here first, I'm going to delete the sample page. Then we are going to create a new page that will serve as our landing page. So click on add new page. Then enter a title for your page. And for the page title, I just like to use the name of the product. And that's because by default, the title will be part of the link to this page, which is what you want. In most cases, you want the name of your product to be part of the link that will bring people to the page. So what I'm going to do is to come over here and copy the title of my ebook, and then we can come over and paste it right here. Then we can just go ahead and click publish. Now, if I click on view page, let me open it in a new tab. This is the page we just created. And if you look at the address bar, you're going to see that I have the title of my ebook as part of the URL. So whenever you add your custom domain name to your website, you're going to have the domain name and then the title of your product as the link. So let's say if I'm using emmanueladanu.com as my domain name, that means the link to this landing page will be emmanueladanu.com/the business of advertising. So that is something that will be really easy to remember. Then let's go back to the page editor again. And here on the sidebar, just look for the template option. And we want to change the template from default template to Elementor full width. Now click on save. And then if we refresh the page, you're going to see that the title of the page is no longer on the page because we really don't need to have the title showing right here. So let's go back to the page editor again. And now we are going to open Elementor, which is where we are going to do most of the things we need to do on this page. So at the top here, you're going to see this edit with Elementor button. Click on it. If you've never worked with Elementor before, don't worry, it is actually very, very simple. Over here, you can see different widgets that you can add to your page. If you want to add a heading text, you use the heading widget. If you want to add an image, you use the image widget. And all of this works by drag and drop. If you want to add any element to your page, you can basically drag it to the section where you would like to place it. And the good thing is, whatever you do here, you see it the way it will actually look like on your website. So it is more like you just moving things around on the page till you get exactly what you want. Maybe at this point, you are probably thinking, what is the right content to put on your landing page in order to get the best result? So I have a landing page format here that I always use whenever I want to sell digital products. And this is a fairly simple landing page structure that works every time, regardless of the product or the niche. So at the top of the page, you have a big statement. Then you have a media file, either a picture or a video. Then you start to address the customer's problem. You share your story and how you're able to solve this problem and why you created this product, the benefits customers will get from the product. And at this point, you can chip in your first call to action, maybe add testimonials and include a call to action again. And if you have a guarantee for your product, you might want to bring it here and then maybe chip in your third call to action. And additionally, you can add a frequently asked questions section under call to action. Then you can also include a brief description of yourself. And then we are going to have a disclaimer, which is very important if you are running ads on Facebook. So following this outline, I have the content of my page. And to make it easier for you, I'm going to share the link to this document in the description below. So you can get this and probably use it as a template to come up with the content of your own landing page. Or you can even feed it to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to use this format to write the landing page content for your own product. But basically, you can see that here we have the big statement and then the customer's problem. Then I shared my story. And if we scroll down, I think the next will be benefits. So these are the benefits readers will get from this book. And then I also have some bonuses and the first call to action. Then we have some testimonials right here. This is very important. Having reviews from customers who have used your product really helps with conversion rate. Then we have the money back guarantee and the frequently asked questions section. You can decide not to include frequently asked questions, but having this here just reduce the number of questions you have to answer through DMs and all of that. Then I'm going to have an about me section, and this disclaimer: if you are running ads either on Facebook or Google, you usually want to have a disclaimer like this so that you don't run into any policy issues. And then right here, I have the colors and the font I'll be using on the page. So since I have all the content I'm going to need, we can just come over here and start putting everything together. The first thing I'm going to do is to add the first section. That's the big statement section. So to create a new section in Elementor, you can either click on this plus icon, then select Flexbox, and then you can select the structure you want to use for that section. I'm going to pick this. Another way to go about it is to just drag in a widget and it will create a section for you automatically. But I'm going to follow the step-by-step process because here you basically have the option to select different structures for that section. But I'm going to use this single column section and then come over to add element. Just click on this plus icon, drag in the first heading, and I'll copy this line, paste it right here. Then I'm going to change the HTML tag from H2 to H4 because I want this line to be smaller than the main statement we are going to have in this section. Then I'll go to style. Each element that you work with on Elementor will have these three tabs on the editor. The content tab, where you can customize the content of the element. Then the style tab, which is where you get to customize the styling. Then under the advanced tab, you get more options like margin, padding, and this is also where you can do some really cool stuff like animations, motion effects, and all of that. So let's go over to style. And here I'm going to change the alignment to center so that I'll have the text at the center of the page. Then I will change the text color to red. I actually have a particular shade of red that I want to use. So if you come over here where I have the colors and the fonts, this is the hex value for the shade of red I want to use. I can just copy this and come over, paste it right here. And if you open typography, this is where you get more options when working with text elements. So I can change the font family to Arial, which is the font I want to use throughout this page. Then I can also adjust the font size. Maybe I'll use something like 22 pixels. Font weight, I'll keep it at 600. Then with transform, you can change your text to uppercase, lowercase, whichever option you want. Then for the style, I'm going to italicize this particular line. And for decoration, I'm going to underline it. And you also have more options, like you can adjust the line height, the letter spacing if you want to add more space between each letter, and you also have word spacing. But I think I like the way this looks. So we are going to move on to the next heading in this section. Come over to add element, drag the second heading. So go over, copy the big statement, and we can paste it here. And I'll go to style, change alignment to center. For the text color, I'll just copy the color value Just get this and apply it as the text color. Then if I go to typography, I'll set my font, the font size. I'm going to change it to maybe 55 pixels. Then I'll transform to uppercase, come over to line height and just try to reduce the line height a little bit. Maybe I think 55 will do. And this is looking good to me. Let's go ahead, publish to save. And we can come over to our page, refresh. And this is what we have so far. And I'm going to add a little bit of space between this section and the top of the page. They look too close. So come over, select the section, go to advanced, and just add some top margin. But you'll notice that as I'm increasing the top margin, it is also affecting the other sides, which is not exactly what we want to do in this case. I'm going to unlink the margin values. So just click on this link icon. And now I can easily increase one side margin without affecting all the other sides. So I'll place the top margin at maybe 30 pixels and we can publish to save. If I come over, just refresh. This is looking better. For the next section, we are going to have media. And here I'm going to use a 3D mockup of my book cover. Remember, we designed this cover with Canva, and I can also create a 3D mockup of this cover right here on Canva. Or if you want to use a completely free method to do that, you can just go to this website called diybookcovers.com and create a mockup for your book cover. But I'm going to do everything right here on Canva. So I'll come over to apps, then go to mockups, then print, and I'll select books. Here you'll find different formats, but I'll just work with this. Click select, then upload my book cover, then click next. Maybe I'll just adjust the image a little bit. Click save, and then just go ahead and download it. Now we can go back to Elementor, then add a new section, go to Elements, and then drag in the image widget. Click on choose image and upload the mockup I just created. Then click select. This is actually too big, so I'll come over to style, then adjust the width so that I'll have something way smaller. I think 30% will do, and I can just go ahead and save this. Also add some margin between this media section and the heading section. So come over to advanced and add a top margin of 30 pixels. If you want to use a video for this section instead of just a picture, you can also convert to elements. You can see the video widget that you can use to add videos to your page, and then you can just upload the video maybe to YouTube and then embed the link right here. But I'll just work with a picture and I think that'll be fine for me. After media, the next section is customers' problem, your story, and the benefits they'll get from the product. So I'm going to start by copying the customer's problem, then come back to Elementor, create a new section, then go to add elements, bring in the text editor, then paste my text, and we can come over to style and just change the color. Also change the font, adjust the font size, maybe come over to content again. You can see that there is too much space between each line. So maybe we can fix that. At this point, let me mention that it is very important that your page looks good on smartphones and tablets, not just on desktop, because most people will actually be visiting your page from their phones. So you want to check and make sure that everything looks good and is also usable on smaller screens. And the good thing is Elementor makes it really easy for you to make your page responsive. At the top here, you are going to see that we have three different modes: desktop mode, tablet mode, and then mobile mode. And on each of these views, you'll be able to see what your page will look like on tablets and then on smartphones. And what you want to do, you want to check each view and try to adjust where necessary. Like you can already see that on phone, this heading text is way too big. So I can just select it, come over to style, and adjust the font size. Also, by the font size, you'll notice that the icon has changed from desktop to mobile. So I can just reduce the font size a little bit to maybe 28 pixels. I will also adjust the line height. It can be smaller, I think 1.8 or maybe 1.5 will do. Then maybe make this image a little bit bigger and reduce the space between these two sections. So this way I have a page that looks good on big screens and also on smaller screens as well. And I can basically just follow this same process and bring in the next two sections, which is your story and the benefits customers will get from the product. Okay guys, so I have all of this in place, including the benefits and the bonuses. You could even go a step further. Let's say if I want to change the background color of the benefits section, I can just select it, then go to style. And for the background type, you have multiple options, maybe classic, gradient, video, or slideshow. I'm going to use the classic option. Then select the color you would like to use. And I can also go to advanced and just add some top and bottom padding. So unlink the values, add top padding of maybe 20 pixels and then bottom padding of 20 pixels as well. This will make the page a little bit more colorful. Instead of using white as the background color throughout the page, we can just have some sections with this color. And at this point, we are ready to bring in the first call to action. So I'll create a new section. Then for the first call to action, we are going to have this heading text and the order now button, then the countdown timer. So I'll copy the heading, come over here, add a heading widget, paste the text, and we can go to style, change the alignment to center, change the color, also adjust the typography. Then I'll go to advanced. Here I'm going to change the width. So let's say maybe we'll use something like 50% and align to center. The next step is to bring in the order now button. So I'll come over to add element, look for the button widget, drag it into this section. And for the text, I'm going to use order now. And then for the link, you want to add the URL to your product. That's where people can get to pay and get access to your product. And for that, I'll just get the seller link to my ebook. Just copy this and then place it in the link field. And let's say if I just save this, let's come over to the page, refresh, and I can just click on this button and you see that it redirects to seller where customers can go ahead, complete payment, and buy this product. We can style this button by coming over to style, position, I'm going to select center. For the typography, I'll change the font, adjust the font size. I think 25 pixels will do. The font weight, I'm going to use 600. Transform to uppercase. I'll also change the background color of the button. So click here, enter my color, remove the shadow, and you can also adjust the border radius, add box shadow, and all of that. But for now, I'll just go ahead and save this. I need to add a little bit of space between the button and this heading. So maybe select the heading, come over to margin, and then increase the bottom margin to like 20 pixels. Also add some margin to the top of this section. Come over to advanced, unlink the values and add a top margin of 30 pixels. I'll also add some padding at the top and the bottom. Now, one very interesting thing you can do with Elementor is that you can copy styling from one element to another. So for instance, I want to use the same background color I have for this section on the call to action section. So I can just come over here, right click. You see a number of options. You can duplicate, you can copy, you can paste style, but I'll just copy, then go to the section we are currently working on, right click again, then click on paste style. And you can also see the shortcut for all these different sections. So being able to copy style from one element to another will make your work way more easier so that you don't keep repeating the same process over and over again. Now, after the button, the next thing we need to bring here is the countdown timer. And before we add the timer to the page, we need to first create the timer with the Hurry Timer plugin that we installed earlier. So go back to your WordPress dashboard. I'll come over here, click on dashboard. Then on your admin menu, you are going to see the Hurry Timer option. Click on it. Then add campaign. You can give your campaign a name. Let me use ebook timer. For the mode, I'm going to use evergreen. And when do you want the timer to end? I want it to end after 23 hours and 59 minutes. That's like 1 day. Detection methods, I'll just use the default values of cookie and IP address. And what will happen when the timer expires? This is where you can get to set that up. Do you want the timer to restart immediately or at the next visit or at a specific time? You can choose the option that you prefer, but I'll just use restart immediately. Then come over to appearance. Here I'll go to timer digits. I'll change the color to red, and I'll also do the same for the timer label. Change the color to red, and I'll go to the headline. Just remove the headline, and once you have this the way you like it, you can just go ahead and publish. And over here you can see the shortcode that you use to display this timer on your page. Any section where you would like to display a timer, you just need to add this shortcode. Let's go back to Elementor. First, I'll bring in like a heading, get this text, this special discount to expire very soon. Just copy and add it here. Then I'm going to style it just a little bit. So this is looking good. Then I'll go to add element again. Let me bring in a container. So drag in the container widget, then search for shortcode. Place the shortcode inside the container. Then we can copy the shortcode for the timer we created, paste it right here. Now, if I publish, come over to the page and just refresh, you are going to see that we have this nice call to action area with the countdown timer. But I want to remove this heading from the timer. Come over to appearance, go to headline, and then just disable it. Now let me click update and let's refresh and see if that worked. Okay, this is looking good, but I'll just add a little bit of padding between the top of the section and the call to action text. So let's come over here, select the section and increase the top padding. Let's see what 50 pixels will look like. Save. And then come over, just refresh. Okay, I think this is looking better. I can even go further and add some kind of border on this container. So if I come over to style, click on border and change the border type to solid, use red for the border color, and just increase the border width. Let's see, I think maybe 3 pixels. Also increase the border radius. Let's keep it at 10 pixels. Let's see what that will look like. So save this, come over, refresh. The border is actually looking good, but I will need to reduce the width of the container. So coming over here, go to layout, and I can just reduce the width to maybe 50%, and then go to the advanced tab, align serve to center, and if I save this, let's go ahead, refresh. Okay, this looks better, but let's just add a little bit of top margin just to add some space. I'll come over here, increase the top margin to maybe 20 pixels, repeat the same for this as well, maybe increase it to 30 pixels. So far, this is what we have on this page, and at this point you basically know how to work with most of the elements you need to create your page. You know how to work with headings, you know how to work with text, buttons, images, videos. You also know how to add a countdown timer to your call to action to create urgency, and with all of that knowledge you can just go ahead and complete your landing page. So at the end of the day, this is what I have for my landing page, and you can see that we have all the different sections that we planned earlier. Here is the call to action, the testimonials, the guarantee. We also have the frequently asked questions right here about the author, and now the only thing left is to connect my domain name to this page, because you don't want to use this default URL for your landing page. Ideally, you want to use a custom domain name for a proper business. But before we go ahead and do that, let's just fix the header and the footer of this page, because right now you can see that the header is not looking good, and we can also work on the footer. So to customize the header and the footer of your website, you can just click on this customize button at the top, and that will bring you over to the theme customizer. And here what you can do is to come over to header builder, then select site title, and I'm going to upload the logo I want to use on this website. So I basically made this simple logo with Canva, which is just the initials of the book title, the business of advertising. So I'll come over to the theme customizer again, upload the logo, then click select. I'll skip cropping, reduce the logo width so that I'll have something smaller, maybe 180 pixels. I think that will do. Then I'm going to disable the site title. That's this long text that I'll have right here. So just come over to site title visibility and then disable all the options that we have. But I'll also change the site title to the name of my book just for the purpose of SEO. I'll also reduce the logo width a little bit further. I think place it at 150 pixels. Now you can just click publish to save your changes. Then I'll go to site icon, and I'll just use the same logo as the site icon. Click select, then publish. So you can see the logo showing up on the browser tab. Now go back to the header builder. You'll notice that we have this option down here with the different widgets that you have on the header. And from here, I'll just remove the primary menu, and that will take out this menu option that I'll have. So just take this out and then drag the site logo to the middle. That logo will be at the center of the page. This looks better to me. Now I'll just publish. And with that, we are done with the header. So let's go to the footer. Come over here, click on footer builder, and click on the copyright option. You have your copyright text right here. So I'll just remove this powered by section. At this point, this is where we get to add the disclaimer for this page. And we are going to use this layer on top of the copyright layer. So click on this gear icon, change the column to 1. Then if you click on the layer, you'll be able to select the widget you want to add. So I'm going to use the HTML1 widget, select it, and then just paste my disclaimer text. I'll just copy that from here, then come over and paste. You can use all these options to customize your text. So just make this bold, underline it, and then align center. You can also come over to design. This is where you can change the text color, the link color, and you can also customize the font size from here. But let me just save this and close the theme customizer so that we can see what this page actually looks like right now. This is what the header looks like, and then this is the footer with the disclaimer and the copyright text. Basically everything is looking good on this page. Now for the domain name, I'm going to use Namecheap, but you can get your domain name from any platform of your choice. This is my domain name over here on Namecheap. And once you have your domain name, you want to look for the host records. So I'll click on manage, go to advanced DNS, and these are the host records for my domain. I'm going to delete what is here currently. Now go to your Cloudways account, click on domain management, and then click add domain. Here you want to add your own custom domain. So I'm going to copy my domain name, paste it right here, and then click on save changes. You want to also set this domain as your primary domain. So click on this three dots menu and then select make primary, set as primary. And after that, let's go to access details. Here you will find the public IP address of your website. Just copy it, go back to Namecheap, and then click on add new record. Select a record for the type, and then for the host, just enter @ and for the value, paste the public IP address of your website, and then click on this check mark to save. This is going to take a few minutes to start working, but once you have everything set up properly, you should be able to start visiting your page from this domain. Another thing you should do is to activate SSL certificate for this website. So go back to your Cloudways account, then go to SSL certificate, enter your email address and your domain name, then click on install certificate. And right now, if I go to emmanuel.adanu.xyz/the business of advertising, you'll see that it will bring me over to my landing page. And let's say if somebody wants to buy this ebook, they can just go ahead and click on order now, and that will take them over to the payment page on Seller, where they can complete the payment and get access to the book. So you want to keep this link somewhere. So I'll just copy this and probably just paste it right here. So when we start running ads, this is the link we are going to use on the ad to bring traffic to our landing page. And when they see all these details and they would like to buy the product, they'll just need to click on the order now button and they can easily get that. At this point, there is just one more thing we need to fix before we start running ads. So if I copy my domain name again and I open a new tab, try to visit this address, you're going to see that the home page of this website is empty. Remember, we have just a single page on this site, and that is this landing page. But at the same time, we don't want the home page to be empty. So what I'm going to do right now is to also set this landing page as the home page for this website. So just go to the theme customizer again, click on home page settings. Here, select the static page option, and then I'm going to select my landing page. That's the business of advertising. Remember, this is the title of the landing page. That will basically set this landing page as the home page of this website. So I'm going to save this. Now let me try to visit the URL again to see what is going to happen. All right, so you can see that this also brings people over to the landing page. And at this point, this landing page is fully ready to start receiving traffic and converting them into customers. What's up, guys? Welcome to the final step in our three-part video series where I am showing you how to go from zero to making your first 1 million naira by selling simple digital products. In the first part, we've covered how to create your product. Then in the second part, I showed you how to set up your own sales funnel that you use to sell the product. And now in this video, which is the third part, I'm going to show you how to set up Facebook ads to help you sell your product. This is like the most important part in the entire system. So I'm going to try to take my time to show you everything you need to know to set up your Facebook ads in a way that will convert and bring you sales. And the good thing is you don't need any prior experience, even if you've never touched Facebook ads before. This video alone will show you everything you need to know to start running ads successfully on Facebook and Instagram. But before we get started, I want you to take 2 seconds to hit the thumbs up button. Give this video a like. I really appreciate that because it helps more people discover this video. Also subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you want to see more of my videos. And if you've enjoyed this series so far, you've seen part 1, part 2, and you're watching this video right now, let me know what you think about this type of videos in the comment section. If you guys like it, maybe I'll start making more structured tutorials like this where we'll pick a particular topic or a particular business and cover everything you need to know in that business. You guys should just let me know in the comments and we'll see how we can work with that. But right now, let's talk about how to use Facebook ads to sell your digital products. The first thing you are going to need is a Facebook Business Manager account. This is where you get access to all the professional tools you need to create ads on Facebook and Instagram. Things like your business manager, your ad account, your pixels, and all of that. And creating a Facebook Business Manager account is completely free. The only thing you need is a Facebook account. Just go to business.facebook.com and set up a brand new account. If you already have a Facebook Business Manager account, you can just skip this step. And when setting up your account, make sure you enter the right details at every step because a time will come when Facebook will require you to submit an ID to verify your account. In that case, you want to make sure that the details in your account match what you have on your ID, so that you don't get your account banned by Facebook. Then the next thing you are going to need is a destination for your ad. Remember from the last video, we created this landing page for my ebook using WordPress. Basically, people will be coming from my ad on Facebook to this landing page where they'll see the details of the book and go ahead and buy if they want. Another thing you need to put in place is the content that will be displayed on your ad. And this is very important because this is what people will see before they click to go to your landing page and then before they even decide if they'll buy your product. So you want to take your time to come up with something that will get people's attention and also compel them to click on your ad and visit your landing page. And for my ad, I'm going to use the flyer for my ebook and also write a caption for it. But you can use a video if you want. Actually, video works very well. So if you can do a video for your ad, that'll be fine. Then for the caption, you don't need to be a copywriting guru to write a compelling caption for your ad. As a matter of fact, you can use ChatGPT and there are custom AI chatbots designed for copywriting. So you can use any one of them, or you can simply just go to Google, search for copywriting frameworks, pick any of the frameworks that you like, and then follow that framework to write the caption for your ad. For instance, in my own case, I picked the ADA copywriting framework, which stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. And with that, this is what I'm going to use for my ad. The goal of this first statement is to get people to stop scrolling so that they can check out what I have on this ad. And then as they read through, I'll try to create interest through storytelling, then also create desire, and you have a call to action which will lead them to click on the link and then go to my landing page. So this is what I'm going to use as the copy for my ad. And this is the flyer I'll use with it. So I basically just designed this with Canva. And now that we have all of this in place, you are ready to actually start setting up your ad. So just log into your business manager account. And here, the first thing I want you to do is to go to settings. You just click on settings down here and click on business portfolio. This is where you have like your business details. And usually for a brand new account, all of this space will be empty. So you just want to go ahead and enter your business name, address, phone number, website, and all of that. You can basically click on edit, and that will allow you to enter all of those details. Also, you want to make sure that there's two-factor authentication on your Facebook account. And doing all of this is very important if you don't want Facebook to ban your business account. Also, you want to come over to pages. So your ads will be displayed on your Facebook page and not your individual Facebook account. And all the pages that you have linked to your Facebook account will show up right here. Or if you don't have a Facebook page, you can just create a new one, either on Facebook, or you can do it from inside Business Manager by clicking on Add. Then you can either add an existing Facebook page or request access to somebody else's page if you want to run ads on that page, or you can just create a new page by clicking on create a new page. Then give your page a name. Maybe I'll just use my name as the name of the page. Then enter a category to describe your business. Maybe I'll just select something like education website. Then you can add a short description for your page, but this is optional. So I'm going to click on next. Then I'm going to check here to agree to the terms of service and then click create page. Then click on done. So this is my brand new page that I'm going to use for my ad. But if you already have an existing Facebook page, there's no need to create a new one. As a matter of fact, it is even better to use your existing page since you already have some followers and some content that will help the performance of your ad. But if you don't have a page already, just create a new one. And then you can click on view on Facebook to see what your page will look like on Facebook. If you want to customize the page and do stuff like add a profile picture, page banner, and all of that, you can just switch to this page. So I'm going to click on switch now. And then I can add a profile picture. You can also do other stuff like create a post, link your WhatsApp account, or add a call to action button. But I'll just leave this page the way it is right now. Then let's go back to Business Manager. The next thing you want to do is to come over to add accounts. This is where you see all the ad accounts you have on this business. But if it's a brand new Business Manager account, then you can create a new ad account by clicking on add. Then click on create a new ad account and then just enter all the required details. But I already have one ad account right here that I'm going to use. Then it's very important that when you are creating your ad account, set the currency to the currency that you can make payment in. For instance, if you're in Nigeria, then make sure to select NGN, which is Nigerian Naira, as your ad account currency. That's very important so that you don't have any payment issues. Because let's say if you go and select USD as your ad account currency, you will need a dollar card to be able to pay for your ads. And that is not a problem that you would want to be dealing with. So if you're in Nigeria, it is way less stressful to just use Naira as your ad account currency and you'll be fine. Then you can also come over to Instagram accounts. Let's say you have an Instagram page and you want your ads to be displayed on the page. Then you can connect your Instagram account to your business account so you can run ads to your Facebook page and also your Instagram page. To do that, you can just click on add and then follow the next steps. The process is actually very simple, but I'm not going to do that right now. Another thing you are going to need is a Facebook pixel, but we'll come back to this later on. So right now, let's go ahead and start creating our ad. So click on all tools, then go to advert manager. And here to set up a new campaign, just click on create. Your first step is to select your campaign objective depending on what you want to achieve with the ad. There are 6 different objectives: awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, app promotion, and sales. So let's say if you just want to get people to click on a link and get to a particular website, then you might use traffic. Or if you want to get people to engage with your Facebook page, your Instagram page, or with a post on your page, you can use the engagement objective. And if you want to get leads, get people to fill a form, take a particular action, you can use the leads campaign. If you want to promote an app, you use app promotion. Or if you want to sell your product, you can use sales. For this ad, I'm going to use traffic as the campaign objective. And that's because my primary goal is to get people to visit this landing page. So this page will do the conversion and get them to the payment page where they'll eventually buy. But you can also use the leads objective, in which case you will set your order now button as the lead event. Just basically use the campaign objective that you think will help you achieve your goal faster. And sometimes you might want to set up multiple campaigns with different objectives, but with one goal in mind, which is to sell your product. So you might have one campaign to get traffic to the page, another campaign to measure leads, and then another campaign to go for sales directly. But for now, I'll just go with traffic and then click continue. For the campaign setup, you have two options, either the recommended settings or you set up your campaign manually. With the recommended settings, Facebook will kind of do most of the work for you. They have presets that you can follow, but I usually just use the manual option so that I have more control with what I do with my ad setup. So select manual traffic campaign and then click continue. Here you can give your campaign a name. Let me just use ebook traffic campaign. Then scroll down to where you have advantage campaign budget. Turn this on. And what this will do is all the ads and the ad sets you have under this campaign will share the same budget. Now over here, you'll see the structure of your campaign. So here we have the campaign and one ad set and one ad. But if I duplicate the ad set, for instance, now we have one campaign, two ad sets, and two ads. So using advantage campaign budget simply means all the ad sets that you have in this campaign will share the budget that you enter right here. But if you turn this off, then you have to enter the budget for each ad set individually. So I'm going to delete this for now so that we can keep things simple. And then also turn on advantage campaign budget just in case if I want to create multiple ad sets later in the future. Then for the budget, you can either use daily budget or lifetime budget. Daily budget simply means how much you intend to spend on the campaign daily, or you can select lifetime where you set how much you want to spend for the entire lifetime of the campaign. Most times I use daily budget and then you enter how much you would like to spend. Let's say I'm going to start with something really small. So instead of starting with a huge budget, my strategy is to start small and then gradually increase my spending if the campaign starts performing well. Now, with all of this in place, you can just click on next, and that will bring us over to the ad set. And here you can enter your ad set name if you want to be more organized with your campaign, but I'll just use the default name for now. Then conversion location, I'm going to use website, which is the landing page that I have right here. Then performance goal, you have two main options, either maximize number of link clicks. That means Facebook will prioritize people clicking on the link on your ad, or use maximize number of landing page views. And with this, the priority will be to actually get people to visit the landing page. And that is what I'm going to use. Then we can come over to budget and schedule. When do you want your campaign to start? If you want to schedule it for a later time, you can select the date and the time, but I'll just leave this the way it is so that the ad will start as soon as it is approved. Then if you want to set an end date for your ad, that means you want your ad to end on a particular date, you can check this and then set the date. But I usually just let it run, and then when I'm done with it, I'll come over and turn it off manually. Then the next option that I'll have here is audience controls. The reason why Facebook ad is so effective is because you have full control over who will see your ad. So you can show your ad to people in certain locations, people within a certain age range, people with certain interests, behavior, demography, and all of that. These options will allow you to target people who are more likely to engage with what you're advertising. So for the audience controls, the first option is the location. Let's say if I want to show my ads to people in Nigeria, I can just leave it on Nigeria right here. But let's say I just want to show my ad to people in certain locations in Nigeria. Let's say maybe Lagos and Abuja. I can just come over here and type in Lagos and also Abuja. Then you can select the minimum age of the people that will see your ad. It starts at 18, but let's say I just want people from 20 and above in my target audience. I'm going to select 20 right here. And then down here, we also have another option called advantage audience. And this is what you will use to be more detailed with your targeting. If you leave it the way it is by default, Facebook will try to automatically show your ad to people the algorithm thinks will be interested in what you're advertising. And it works really well because the algorithm can understand your ad and it also understands the audience on Facebook based on their interest, demography, behavior, and stuff like that. So it usually does a good job showing your ad to the right people. But if you want to set this up manually by yourself, you can just switch to original audience options, then click on use original audience. And with this, you can start selecting the age range you want to show your ad to, the gender, and you can also target certain interests, behaviors, and demographics. But I'm going to use the automatic option for this. So I'll just use advantage plus audience. And then now you can go ahead and click on next to proceed to the final step where you set up your ad that will be displayed on Facebook. So you can give your ad a name and then you can select the page you want to use for this ad. I'll just use the page I just created. Then if you've connected your Instagram account, you can select the Instagram page from here, or you also have the connect account option, which you can use to link your Instagram page. Then we can scroll down to ad setup. For the ad setup, there are two ways to go about it. You can either create a post on your page and then use the post for your ad. That's use the post on your page as the content of your ad. In that case, you will go for this use existing post option, and then you can just scroll down and select the post you want to use for your ad. This is a very easy way to go about it. Just post what you want to advertise on your page and then select the post right here. But for my brand new page, I don't have any post on the page right now. So I'm going to use the create ad option. That way I'll be able to set up the ad from right here inside my ad account. Then we can scroll down to where you have ad format. Just select single image or video. Then down here where you have ad sources, just enter the link to your website or your landing page. Then the next option is the ad creative. And under media, I'll just upload the image I want to use for my ad, which is this flyer that I created with Canva. This is like a preview of what your image will look like in different formats. You just want to make sure that it looks good in all these different areas. Then I'm going to click on next and then just click on done. Then we can scroll down to primary text. This is where you want to add the caption for your ad. So I'll just copy all of this and then add it to the primary text. The good thing is, as you are doing all of this, you can actually see the preview of what your ad will look like. So this is what I have for Facebook feed. Then we also have the preview on Instagram feed and Instagram stories. Basically anywhere your ad is going to appear, you're going to see the preview right here. So after entering the primary text, the next option is the headline. Now for the primary text, you can add up to 5 different primary text. So to do that, you use the add text option. That way Facebook can basically shuffle between the different options that you have, but I'll just use this single option. Then for the headline, I'm going to use the title of my ebook as the headline, but you can basically use any headline to describe your ad. So just enter my title as a headline. You can also enter a description, but I'll skip that. Then for the call to action button, I'll use learn more, but you can use any of these options. You can see stuff like order now, get access, shop now, sign up, and all of that. But I think learn more is more appropriate for my ad, because what I want them to do is to click on the link and go to my landing page to learn more about the ebook that I'm trying to sell. Then we can just scroll down to destination. For destination option, select website and then enter the URL to your landing page or to your website, wherever you want to direct traffic to. And as you can see, at this point, Facebook is saying no meta pixel detected on this website. That means your landing page views might not be tracked because a pixel was not detected. So what we need to do is to create a new pixel and then install it on our site. To do that, let's go back to business settings. Remember, I mentioned this earlier. Then under data sources, click on data sets, then click on add to create a new data set. You can give it a name. Let's say I'm going to use ebook pixel, then uncheck this request and then click on create. Now make sure you select the new pixel you just created. Click on this three dots menu and then click open in event manager. And here you are going to see the option to set up meta pixel. Click on it. Then select install code manually and then copy this code. Now you will need to add this code to the header of your website. So go to your WordPress admin dashboard, then come over to plugins, select add new plugin. We are going to install a plugin that will allow us add custom code to our WordPress website. And the name of the plugin we are going to use is WP code. Use this search box and just search for WP code. This is the plugin. Go ahead and install it, then activate immediately. Now you are going to see the code snippet option on your WordPress admin menu. So just come over here, select header and footer, then paste the pixel code you copied from Facebook in the header section. Now simply click on save changes and then let's go back to Facebook, click continue and then turn on automatic advanced matching, then continue. Then you want to also open the event setup tool. Enter the URL of your landing page and then click on open website. With this event setup tool, you'll be able to track specific actions on your page. For instance, I want to track my order now button. So I want to set this up in a way that Facebook will count this button as a lead event. So anybody that clicks on this link becomes a lead for me. And that'll be very important when we start setting up retargeting campaigns. So to track this button, just select track new button, then select the button you want to track, and then select an event you want to assign to this button. So I'm going to use lead. And then if this event has monetary value, let's say if this is a buy now button, I could use the choose value on page option to enter the value of this action. But since this is not the buy button, I'll just use don't include value and then click confirm. And with this setup, any click on these order now buttons will count as a lead event. You can see this lead icon beside the buttons. Then you can also follow this same process to track any other buttons or track a URL on your page. But I'm basically done with all the buttons on this page. So I'll click on finish setup and then click finish. Then skip this review process. And now to test if your pixel is working properly, you can go to test events, open confirm that your website events are set up correctly, enter your landing page URL, and then click on open website. Now, if you open your page and you take specific actions, you should be able to see all of those events right here. So Facebook should be able to pick any event that is happening on your page. Then there is one more step. Come back to business settings and select the pixel you created. Click on assign people and then assign this pixel to your account so that you'll be able to use it to set up your ads. So I'll select full control, then click assign. Also click on connect assets, then other business assets, and then give your ad account access to use this pixel. So select your ad account and then click add. Now click on done. Then let's go back to our ad setup. Here, I'll just refresh. Then scroll down to where you have tracking. So you can see tracking right here. select website events, and for the pixel, select the new pixel that you just created. And with all of this in place, you are ready to publish your ad. So just go ahead and click publish. And at this step, Facebook is going to take some time to review your ad. If it complies with their advertising policies, they are going to approve it. And then people on Facebook and Instagram will start seeing your ad and then probably go to your landing page, see what you have to offer. And if they like it, proceed to buy and you make your money. So before you start running ads on Facebook, one thing you probably want to do is to go through Facebook ad policies and understand the things you can or cannot do when running ads on Facebook. I'm going to leave the link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. But basically, if you follow the guidelines, your ad will be approved and then you are ready to start selling your products. After Facebook review your ad, you are going to get a notification just like this telling you if your ad was approved or rejected. And now, if we go back to our ad account, over here, you are going to see how your ad is performing. You're going to see the results, the reach, impressions, cost per result. And over here, you are going to see the amount you've spent on your ad. And to pay for your Facebook ads, you just want to come over to billing and payments. And here you can add money to your ad account if you are using the prepaid payment method. That means you pay before you run ads. Or if your ad account is set to postpaid, you can just go ahead and add the payment method you want to use to pay for your ads. So let's say if I want to add money to my ad account balance, I'll just click on add funds, enter the amount you want to add to your account. And over here, you can see that there are three different payment options. You can pay with your debit or credit card or pay using USSD code. But the one that works the most is Naira payment with PayU. And with this, you can easily pay with your Naira Visa or MasterCard. So once you select this Naira payment with PayU option, just click on next and then proceed to complete your payment. So once you use up your ad account balance, you just need to add more money to keep your ad running. Let's go back to Ads Manager. For now, I'm going to turn off this campaign. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to do follow-up and retargeting. If you want to get the best results from your campaign, you need a way to follow up on abandoned transactions and also a way to retarget people who have shown interest in your product. So let's assume I am a random customer who wants to buy this ebook. The first step is for me to see your ad on Facebook. Then I click on the ad. It brings me to this landing page. I like the offer and I want to buy your ebook. So I'll go ahead and click on order now. Then click on the buy now button and then proceed to checkout. On the checkout form, I'll enter my name and my email address and then click on pay now. At this point, there is just one final step for me to complete the payment and get the ebook. But let's say maybe I got distracted and I need to attend to something else, or maybe I tried paying but my card was not working. Somehow I couldn't complete the payment immediately, so I left your website. What will happen is you will get a notification from seller with the details of this abandoned transaction. If you go to your seller dashboard, click on menu, then go to sales and then abandoned transactions. Here you are going to see all the abandoned transactions on your store. And for the payment I tried to make just now, you can see the product I wanted to buy, the customer name, the customer email. You can also get the customer phone number. And with this information, the way you decide to follow up is really up to you. You can just copy their email or phone number and reach out to them individually and find out what went wrong or if there's anything you could do to help them complete the transaction. Or you could just export everything as a CSV file. So you could use this filter to get the abandoned transactions within a particular time period, export it in CSV format, then maybe import it to your email marketing platform and follow it up from there. Just do what works best for you. And if you want to get the customer phone number as part of the details from your abandoned transaction, you can click on menu, then go to settings, and then click on general store settings. And then scroll down here where you have store checkout settings and just check collect the customer's phone number on checkout and just proceed to save. So this is basically how you can follow up on abandoned transactions on your store. But there is another set of customers that made it to your landing page, maybe even clicked on the order now button, but did not get to the checkout form. Those ones, you will not get their contact details on seller. So what you want to do is to create a custom audience on Facebook and then retarget those people. So you create a custom audience of people who clicked on your order now button, or a custom audience of people who got to your landing page, and then create a separate ad for those people. So let me show you how to do that. Let's go back to Facebook Ads Manager. Then on the side menu, click on Audiences. Here you will see three different options: create a custom audience, create a lookalike audience, or create a saved audience. We are going to use the create a custom audience option. So click on create a custom audience. Here you can see different sources that you can use to create a custom audience. You can create a custom audience based on activities on your website or your customer list, app activity, offline activity, and all of that. Or you can create a custom audience from the engagement on your Facebook or Instagram page. So you can create a custom audience of people who watched a particular video on your page, people who follow your Instagram account, people who submitted a lead form. You basically have all of these options, but we are going to select website activity because we want to create a custom audience of people who got to this landing page. So after selecting website, click on next. Here, select your source, which is the pixel that we created earlier. Then the event you want to use to create this custom audience. I'm going to use page view. Then you can set your audience retention. How long do you want people to spend in this custom audience? Let's say maybe if I want to use 60 days, 90 days, whichever one, but I think 30 days is fine. Then you can give your audience a name. Let me just say landing page visitors, and you can just go ahead and click on create audience. Now you are going to see that my audience is populating, and that's because Facebook will take some time to try to match the people who meet the criteria for your custom audience. That's why usually you want to do this later on in your campaign after you've generated enough activity, because that will give Facebook more data to work with, which will make your custom audience more accurate. But after you've done this, you can start running ads targeting this particular audience. That's people in this audience category. And the process is still the same. Just come over to Ads Manager, create a new campaign. Let's say for my retargeting ad, I'm going to use the leads objective, then click continue, and then also continue. The only main difference is when you come over to the audience controls, here you want to use the custom audience you've created as your target audience. So under audience controls, I'll click on show options and then select my landing page visitors as the target audience for this particular campaign. And what this will do is this ad will only reach people who have been to my landing page within the last 30 days. And with this kind of setup, you can be more specific with your ad content. You can even use words like, I noticed you visited my website, but you didn't buy my ebook, all those kind of stuff, and try to get them back to buy what you are selling. And if you are able to set this up properly, you should be able to get people to start buying your product. And if there's any point I missed, or if there's anything else you want me to cover, or if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section. But that's all we'll be covering in this video. I hope you've enjoyed the journey so far. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one.